counters for angle number one with the staff or spear. So as he swings the angle number one, he's aiming right here. When he attempts to strike, I'm moving forward, sliding my hand across the spear. As he retracts, you can hit him in the groin or anywhere really and deliver your strike. Let's show from this side. So he does a strike, I move in. Ideally, I'd like to put it on his knuckles, but you don't have to in training. As he retracts, hit him on the groin, flip it out of the way, and take the head. So the next counter for angle number one, as he strikes, I'm pivoting and I'm hitting his staff to the ground and then flinging this into the face, and I can deliver a second strike too. Let's go on this side. It's important to note that it's a quarter turn. So when he strikes, I'm pivoting out of the way, slamming that down. Notice that my staff is on top of his. I strike, strike again, although you could really put anything into your counter. Next counter is more of an emergency counter. Maybe I struck and missed, and all of a sudden he's firing a number one. I step to the outside, ducking past the strike. My staff comes on top, and then my strike goes here. Show from this side. So I strike and miss. I move out of the way as I pass it by and deliver my strike into his face. Next are going to be the counters for angle number two. So as he strikes, I'm moving in here. I'd much rather block on his knuckles. As he retracts, I hit him on the top of the head, and then I can step in and hit the groin. What we usually like to do is after I hit the groin and he starts to lean back, is I'll kick the foot out. When he falls, I break his feet. Next counter for angle number two, I'm going to do a quarter turn, slamming his staff to the ground. We're taking it easy because I don't want to cut my mats up. And from here, I strike into the face, and I can strike again. Show from this side. So as he strikes, hit it downward, up into the face, strike again. Next one for angle number two, this is once again an emergency sort of strike. I wouldn't do this if I had to. As I strike, I miss. He's throwing an angle two. I move to the side, hitting it over the top, hit into the face again. So from this side. So I throw a two and I miss. He's striking at me. I step to the side, passing it over, and deliver my strikes. Next is going to be angle three. So more of a medium range counter first. As he strikes at my hip, I move in. As he retracts, I'm hitting. You can hit here or you can hit over the top. And I pivot out of the way and strike. This side. So as he delivers his angle number three, I step in a block. When he retracts, he gets hit. And I'm moving to this empty area over here called the void. Next, number three.
Yeah, step back that way again.
Okay. Next, number three, I'm going to move away. I'm going to be performing what's called a two-step. As he strikes, I do my two-step, getting out of the way, hitting him in the arm. So he strikes, moving away, striking his arm. It's important to note that if he really wants to hit me with power, he's going to hit me with the tip of the weapon. If he's trying to hit me with the tip of the weapon, then I'll be able to perform this. Next, counter for angle four, very similar to the two. So as he throws the four, I block. Notice how it turns over. There's my first initial strike, and I can throw anything I want after that. I like to throw a baseball bat swing. For angle number four is going to be the two-step again. This time the right leg is going to move first, then the left. And my strike is going to be more of an abanico or fanning motion. So as he throws the four, I move back. Got me. Do it again. Next counter for angle four is going to be the two-step. I'm going to move my right leg first, then my left leg, and pivot my body. So as he strikes, I move out of the way, and I'm smacking his hands as I do so. The motion looks like this, abanico. So as he strikes, move out of the way, hit the hand, and you can follow up as necessary. Next, we're going to do the counters for five. It's important to note when the thrust comes in, I want to move towards the back. Because if he does a thrust and I move to the inside or I move to this side, I'm going to get hit with the other end. So I want to make it more challenging for him to follow up. So as he delivers the thrust, I move to the outside, so I'm moving towards the back, deliver my strike over the top, and then pivot and pick another target. This side. So he delivers the thrust, move out of the way, over the top, and strike. Now, if he has the other foot forward, and I still got my right hand on top, he delivers the thrust, now my deflection looks like that. My strike can go here, my strike can go there. I like to follow up with a baseball bat swing. Also notice the distance we're at too. If you're too close, you're probably not gonna stop it. You need to have enough distance where he has to step to get you. So as he delivers a thrust, I'm right away, deliver my strike, and then finish him off. Next will be the counters for the overhead strike. So the first one is I'm gonna do what's called the wing. As he strikes, the impact sends my weapon down. I let it spin, I hit him at the top of the head. So you go ahead and do it from that side. So he's gonna move this direction. As I strike, he circles and hits. And the cool thing is, the harder I strike, the worse the counter strike's gonna be for me. So now the next one is the wing. So as he strikes, I'm moving here. I'm sorry, not the wing, the roof block. Moving to the side this way. So now he's gonna do it. So he's gonna do the roof block and hit me on top of the head. Last counter is a medium range counter. As he's striking over the top of the head, I'm moving in. Ideally, I'd like to block on his hands. And I can follow up with kicks, or I can move this out of the way and strike into the face. Or what we really like to do is after we block, rotate and then trap the fingers in there and crush them. And I can also do shoulder locks. I can do wrist locks and all kinds of different stuff from there. Last will be the counters for the legs. So when he's striking at the leg, he's probably gonna strike at the front leg. He's probably not gonna strike at the back one. So this is the target as he goes for it. I'm gonna move out of the way. I'm gonna kind of skip back and then hit him in the head as he's doing it. So you go ahead and do it. And it doesn't matter if I strike to the inside of the leg or the outside of the leg. You skip back. It's called a pendulum step. As you skip back, you're hitting him in the top of the head. So as I strike at his leg, he skips back, and I get hit in the top of the head. And those are your counters for the staff.